so let's see. Hopefully this is working. This is a bit of an impromptu live stream. More than anything because I've adjusted my setup and I want to see if this is going to work. Okay, so that's what I'm really curious about. Because yeah, I've had to, you wouldn't believe the scrambling, okay, to set everything up, to move my desk, to put my lights there, the phone, to hook up the mic. I mean, I was dropping everything. It was such a mess. Like, it would have, I wish in a way, like, there was an outtake video of me setting up, because I think you guys would have been laughing your asses off. Like, I was just fumbling with everything. Things are flying, getting knocked over. I'm tripping over stuff. It was really funny. Like, I found it amusing. I think you guys would have found it hilarious to watch from the outside. But yeah, but finally, I got it set up. Okay. So it's there. That's the main thing. And yeah, I just really want to test this setup before I do the zodiac reads for, what month are we going into? March, yeah. See, before we go into March. So I really wanted to test this setup first before I start getting into all these like zodiac reads and people are like, oh, that's not working, that's not working. So hopefully, if you can hear me and you're watching, just let me know. That would be great. Because I have hooked my mic up and I've not used a microphone in a live session before, so I just want to make sure that you can actually hear me, and you know, I'm not just, you know, mouthing words and you're like, what is she trying to say? You know. Because yeah, that would be kind of embarrassing, but you know, again, I'd find that funny. Hi Stepping, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for tuning in. It was really nice chatting to you on the live chat yesterday. That was really cool to connect with you, you know. And I do, honestly, I tried to jump in the live chat where I can. Okay, sometimes I can't always watch the premiere with you guys, but I'll do my best to do so and, like, you know, respond to you in real time, because I love that. I love like the interactivity, you know. So I'm trying my best to do more of that as well, you know, because I think that's important. That's the thing that, you know, I find a little bit challenging with, you know, the online aspect of this, you know, is you don't get that sort of personal touch in the same way. So I try and, you know, get a bit of that going where I can, okay, like in the live chat and stuff, and, you know, sort of having that back and forth conversation with you guys, you know, because that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's about not just sharing these messages, but connection, community, you know, and I think that's really important. Yeah, so let's see who else is on here. I'm glad you can hear me. Hi, Karen. Welcome. Okay, I don't know what you're saying, what you're talking about, Janet. I really don't know what you're talking about. If you're referring to my readings, then this live stream is not one of those readings. Yeah, I really don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, so yeah, we are here. We are doing this thing. So I was going to get some messages for you guys, okay? It's not just to say, oh, it's actually working. But no, I am going to pull some messages for you as well. So I've got a few decks here. It's going to be like a bit of an oracle reading, I guess. But I might get the tarot as well, okay? So I have the Isis Oracle, okay? Really gorgeous deck. You also have the, I was going to say the Sobek, interesting. I have the Egyptian Gods deck as well. And I also have the African Goddess Rising deck, okay? So yeah, really, really beautiful decks. I love them. I haven't been using them enough recently, so I'm going to just pull some messages from those and see where we go. If I feel like I need to grab some tarot as well on top, then, you know, I'll grab a deck, but I think it's good to start with that, okay? So we'll get into it. But yeah, I am reading your comments as you come up. Again, no idea what Janet's talking about, but if she starts spouting some nonsense, then she'll get blocked. It's that simple. Okay, so Elijah, I like your readings. You're very on point. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you find them useful. Sounds good. Okay, cool. Great. All right, so let's get into it, shall we? Yeah, so let's see. First of all, let's get some messages from the Egyptian gods. Yes. Sorry, I'm just a bit like, I'm not shocked everything's working, but it's like literally what we were, I think I was talking to you about this yesterday, Step In, how like this whole like solar flare stuff that's been going on cosmically, it's been feeling like a mini like Mercury retrograde to me. So I've had some tech issues. That's why I've not actually done a live stream for a little while, because the Wi-Fi was a absolute mess. It was working, but it was very chaotic. Like it would just keep disconnecting and reconnecting. But I think what didn't help with that as well is that here in the UK, we've had back-to-back storms. Like it's really messed up. How many storms we've had? It's unprecedented, unheard of. I counted about 10 storms back to back. So it's like, what is that about? So it's just really reflective of the chaos that's going on out in the universe. There's a lot of it. There's a lot of things that are changing, right? A lot of shifts that are taking place. And not only that, there is a change in the winds, right? Things are changing, shifting. There are paradigm shifts going on at a significant level. So, it's like with any situation where there's like great change, there's also upheaval, okay? And that's what we're kind of seeing play out in the collective as well, where there's change. Certain things coming to light, certain things starting to surface. There's always pushback. So, there is that going on as well. So, I mean, you see, honestly, if you guys were to, see every comment that comes through, look at this, but like, you see it with some of the things that are said, even in my comments, for example, how certain people don't like certain things being revealed, right? And then they'll try and reflect it, or they'll try and like project something, in some very weird ways, but it's just a sign of the times, really. So you just got to roll with it. But, the important thing is that, despite what's going on out there, that you remain centered here, okay, within yourself. That's the important thing. So, I feel like that was a little mini message in itself, because honestly, it is crazy. I mean, the energies that have been hitting the collective, hitting the earth, has been a lot. It's been very intense, good, bad, and indifferent. So it's really important to, prioritize grounding your energy. I'm having to do it constantly, okay? It's like a constant thing, because, especially when you're on a platform and you're pulling such like, intense messages, and you're revealing things that people don't want you to talk about. Yeah, you can best believe that you get a lot of like evil eye energy, which is why, we keep that shit on lock, okay? We are not messing around. So, yeah. And that's the thing, I'm not also concerned with us, concerned with safeguarding myself, safeguarding my platforms. I'm also thinking about my loved ones. I'm thinking about my community as well, i.e. you guys, okay? Because I've had some bullshit recently where I've seen like people trying to tag people in the comments, and I just do not stand for that shit. I was actually going to do like a community post about it, but I was like, I don't think it's necessary. Like, if I see any kind of bullying or any kind of, just nasty, like cyberbullying type behavior, I'm just going to block those people like I do with people who try to attack me. So, that's pretty much how I continue to handle it, and that's how we'll keep moving. Okay? Yeah. So, yeah, I want to keep up with your comments as well. I will get into the reading, I promise. But again, I just really like talking to you guys, and I love seeing your comments come up. So thank you for being here. It's awesome that you are. Make the world a better place with your purpose. Oh, thank you, Ari. I've been seeing your comments come up on readings, and I really appreciate the support. I really do. Because that's it, sometimes I talk about things that really makes me uncomfortable, or that makes me really like, it's heavy on me as well, but I know I've got to talk about it, It's being shown to me for a reason, because I need to, expose it, or I need to put it out there so that we can be aware of these things, or so we can stay vigilant about these things, and so that we can make these changes, right? It's not just down to one person or a governing body or whatever, like it's all of us, So I just try and do my little bit, basically. That's all it is, really. I just try and do my part, really. That's all it is. Yeah, a second Elijah's comments. Oh, thank you, T. I hope you do enjoy them. Wow, that's right. We're in a time of judgment. Absolutely, Elijah, we are. But I feel like, you know what, to be honest with you, I feel like in some situations, judgment is being called, right? But in other situations, depending on what it is, because obviously there's a lot going on, but with some things, like the judgment has already been called, and now the consequences of that is playing out now. So we're starting to see that, right? Even from a distance, or, you know, just from little signs that we get. But yeah, I'm telling you, there is a lot of things that are starting to hit like now, you know. But yeah, absolutely. You know, I feel like, you know, everyone in the collective, all of us have been under like a magnifying glass by the divine to see what choices are we going to make? How are we going to handle situations? Are we going to break and fold? Are we going to stand defiant, be strong, and show that, you know, we are here for a purpose, and that we're not going to be backed into a corner. We're not going to be silenced. We're not going to be shunned, you know, none of that, you know, that we're here with a specific purpose in mind, right? And that is to build new, to build better, to lead by example, you know. And that takes all of us doing it, not just one person, all of us, right? So the fact that, you know, a lot of you guys are starting to, you know, connect with new people. You're finding people like myself as well who believe in the same things that you do, that have these sort of values. That speaks volumes, you know. And I think there's more people out there that care about that than what, you know, the powers that be want you to believe, right? There absolutely is. I can see that, you know, just even with certain content that's shared and the comments that are, you know, written and stuff. It's definitely signifying a massive change here. So I don't think it's all doom and gloom like people would have you think it is, okay? But yeah, I'm accepting my trials to heal instead of projecting or fighting it. That's it, you know. It's been a massive journey of self-discovery and healing, and that just continues. That's just ongoing, you know. It's never ending. And that's the thing, we're all on that journey in some capacity, right? In different ways, possibly, different scenarios, different aspects, but, you know, we're all on that journey in some shape or form, right? We're all looking to just heal, to evolve, to understand, to learn, and to make the necessary adjustments, you know. It's like me, I'm learning stuff every single day. Like, I'm constantly researching, I'm constantly discovering new things that I didn't know, or if there was something I wasn't sure about, I dig into it and I'm like, oh, that makes so much more sense, you know. So that's what it's all about. I love your readings and voice, and your dream channel is amazing. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That means so much to me that you've checked that out, because it's so new, you know. It was more of a zodiac reading channel. That was my first channel, to be honest with you, until I was instructed, like literally like ordered, you know, by the divine and my ancestors to create this one and just start exposing stuff. Because trust me, I'll be honest with you guys, you know, I'm very open about these things. I wasn't looking to do that. Like, I was not looking to do that at all. It made me very uncomfortable. But it's not about what makes you comfortable. It's about what you're called to do, you know. So I was like, okay, you know, I've got to do this, you know. I've just got to suck it up and do what I need to do. So, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad I listened, you know. But I'll be honest with you, in the beginning I was like, oh my gosh, what are you guys pulling me into? But you know, now I don't regret it at all. Like, I've learned a lot, I've grown a lot through this experience, so I don't regret it at all. But I'm so glad that you do like my other channel, because I am starting to post like ASMR content on there. So if you guys aren't familiar with it, the Demari's Dream channel is actually listed on this one, okay? You'll find it there. So do subscribe if you like ASMR videos. There's also like guided meditations that I'm uploading and stuff like that. So it's a lot of fun, and every now and then you'll get like, you know, probably a cute interruption from my cat. You know, that's why she's my mascot, because she usually likes to interrupt things. So yeah, but yeah, I'm sure she'll appreciate it as well. So yeah. Oh, I'm actually really warm now. I forget how warm these lights are, because like I said, it's been a little minute since I've actually been on live. And I'll be honest with you, like I was a little bit flustered at the beginning, like, oh gosh, I'm not used to this anymore. But now I'm like, okay, I'm in my stride again, But it's been a little minute, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, oh, okay. But yeah. Keep going, Demari. Thank you, sweet. Hi, awesome one. Hi, Earth Angel. Welcome. Hi, Shamika. Nice to see you. Hi, JT. Yes. Okay. So awesome. Right. Let's get into it. Of course, I'm going to still read your, I'm still going to read your comments and stuff. But yeah, I do want to actually give you some messages. Okay. See what the divine wants to relay. Okay. So after that little bout of excitement, like, oh, people, honestly, I really am a hermit, to be honest with you. Like, I do my stuff and then I'm just in my cave. So, this is probably the most people I've spoken to in a while, all at once, So, oh, okay, let's see. Okay, so, I feel like this is very relevant to what we were talking about. So we have Osiris, death and rebirth. This is you, collective. You're in your Osiris energy, okay, regardless of your belief system, okay? This might not mean anything to you on, in terms of your beliefs, right? But this is just speaking on the energy and what it represents, okay? So, yeah, I feel like this is the energy you're in. It's like Osiris, you went through it, okay? You've been through your battles. You literally went through a death of sorts, okay? In some situations, that is a result of significant betrayal. Okay, that was the case of Osiris. And even though this could have even been someone close to you, you didn't come to an end in the way that people envisioned you would. People thought that this end would be permanent, but it's not. It was simply the end of one state in order for you to evolve into another, right? And so that's what's happening. You're literally undergoing a metamorphosis right now. Okay, there's layers to that, of course. You go through many deaths and rebirths across your lifespan. And you're in the midst of a very significant one right now. Because instead of seeing it as an end, you're looking at it as a beginning, right? With a naket, hope. You look at, sorry, I know that's a bit bright. Hopefully you can see a bit better like that, right? Hope. This is a completely different energy to what you've had in the past when you've experienced permanent or seemingly permanent endings, right? There's always that grieving stage that comes with it, but instead you had your time for grieving, but there was still some element of hope there, very, very strong. Whereas other times you may have felt more like, I don't know, more prone to being, almost a little bit stuck in that grieving process, right? It may have taken you longer to transition through the stages of grief, but not this time. It's like, as it happens, there is full surrender and acceptance. And that's a result of you having hope, having this optimism, despite whatever you are facing or what you have faced, because you know that you have experienced many forms of death, right? Many deaths in this life, and yet you're always reborn. Your situation always transforms. You always end up being placed in a whole new cycle, a whole new environment, a whole new situation, right? It's never really an end. Nothing truly ends. That's what you're coming to understand. You're understanding on a very profound level the true cyclical nature of life. And that is through experiencing a form of death. So you see how that works? So you have unlocked some very deep knowledge here, okay? That's just it on a very surface level, an easy way to explain it. But you understand that on so many levels now, on very profound levels, in ways in which you couldn't really accurately describe it. It's just an innate knowing, understanding, right? So with that, you have unlocked some kind of key here. You have some kind of key where you've unlocked something new and profound here. And it's something contained within. It's like you have this sense of joy. So even despite whatever you're facing, there is still that part of you that is feeding, I feel, the inner child, right? Letting them know that it's safe, that it's protected, and that everything will work out in the end. Whatever the source is for you, right? In terms of what's giving you this sense of joy, hope, and being able to nourish the inner child so it feels safe, so that despite whatever is ending, you still feel like you can stand firm, strong, confident, complete, whole. It's still providing that sense of nurturing, that sense of sustenance. And you're able to pour that energy back into other areas of self, like the inner child. So that's really, it's very profound, it's very deep, it's very healing as well. So this is transformative. This will literally, like, I'm telling you, your life will never be the same moving forward, because you are not the same. This process, this is definitely an alchemical process that you are mastering. And that's why every time you experience these kind of death rebirth cycles in whatever shape and form, it just only gets easier on that level, right? I'm not saying whatever situations you face will necessarily be easy, because when you're in divine energy, you will face some shit, okay? That's the reality. But nothing really will keep you down for very long. Like, the way you'll bounce back from things will be like unheard of, you know, because you've just mastered this aspect, right? And I feel like that is what's happening for a lot of you guys, right? So, whew, no wonder that I feel like this really, like, I don't know, warm energy, but it's like, it's almost like a very warm current that's just like flowing, but it's really like, it's not like buzzing, it's not intense. It's just very stable energy, right? That's what I'm getting. So you're supercharged right now, but it's not in a very like intense way where it can just burn out like that. It's something that can be sustained. Wow. So that's interesting. Okay, let's continue. I want to get another card or so from this deck before we move on. Interesting. This one had... I was going to say, this one wanted to say stay stuck to the table, right? I understand why now. It's because look what the card is. Both. Wholeness. Right? This is unbelievable. This is literally divine knowledge, okay? In oneself. Knowing thyself. That's what literally this is speaking on, right? So because you're coming to understand yourself and how you as a divine sovereign being, okay, as a being that's more than just the physical form, that which is ethereal, that which is essentially almost immortal, right, in the way that source is, because you never truly die, energy never really ends, okay, it just gets transmuted. It's like the more you come to understand these deep alchemical processes within yourself, the more you're able to understand the processes that apply to the divine. So it's like you're getting first-hand knowledge through your own experience in the 3D, but it applies on so many levels. Like, that's awesome. Okay, that really is. Yeah. And I feel like, honestly, I'm seeing like a ladder here with how the cards are and how these deities are placed. It's like this step going up. So there is a rise in not just thinking, not just in knowing, but understanding, processing. There is like an increase in how the collective is not only processing information, not only how they apply that information, but how they then adapt knowing what they know how they use it, how they apply it. So it's speaking on a form of evolution here. Wow. Spiritual Savage, hey, welcome, nice to see you. Don't worry, you can always scroll back if you want to, okay? You can always scrub back with the little red line thing. Technical term, I know, but there you are. I said I was going to get one more, but I want one more on top of this. So I have 4 here. It's no coincidence. I felt like I needed one more. Yeah, I understand now. Because I said about this evolution and understanding the divine better. Guess who we have? Amun-Ra. Creation. This is speaking on the creator. So the synchronicity with what I'm getting and the cards that are just following is hilarious, but I love it when that happens. So this is confirmation. Okay, this is literally the act of creation, self-creation, the creation of oneself, self-mastery. And this is something that is actually being supported, guided by the divine, from the very highest level all the way down. Wow. So I feel like the divine is, like we said, the divine is looking at the collective under a magnifying glass. They want to see who is actually who's getting what they're putting down. That's pretty much what this is. This combination here especially, it's like, I want to see if the collective are getting what I'm putting down. Are they able to make heads or tails of what I'm saying, of what I'm showing them, what the signs are showing them, what I'm teaching them through these experiences, right? It's all well and good me showing you and telling you through signs and, messengers. But are you able to see that for yourself play out in your own life? Are you understanding that through your experiences? Because it's all well and good, like someone myself relaying this message, but unless you can literally see it for yourself and you have that deep understanding, then it's just information, right? It's just information. So that's what the divine wants to see, how this information is actually being applied, right? And it is being applied. I can literally see that here. So, wow. Okay, that's really cool. So, yeah, let's continue. So I want to see what Isis has to say about this. Okay. Get some Isis energy on this, which is obviously the divine feminine attribute counterpart of Osiris, okay, which is the divine masculine aspect. So that's the thing as well, I think for those who do operate more from their feminine, it's like they've had a significant change when it comes to their own divine masculine attribute. But not only that, how they look at the divine masculine because of the changes that are happening alchemically within the divine masculine as well at this time. So it's like there is a higher understanding of some of the processes and some of the situations they had to experience in order to reach this understanding, right? Yeah. But there's also this understanding that there were certain aspects of the masculine attribute within oneself that needed to go through this rebirth as well. Yeah. The dark mysteries enter the chamber of the dark goddess. And that's what it's about, right? Healing the shadow aspect, right? Not shaming it, not shunning it, not pushing it down, but coming to that space of healing and understanding. Death, rebirth, right? Exploring the parts of self that had been sacrificed in order to keep oneself alive, keep oneself sane, keep oneself able to function in society, function in such a way that you can still emotionally connect with people. But instead of disregarding what those parts of yourself need to want it, those parts of self that want to be seen and want to be heard. It's about loving them and lovingly bringing them back into complete wholeness. And that has been the main process for the collective, right? And that is an ongoing process. That is like the main mission for the collective as a whole, is to be able to do that. Especially whilst experiencing situations that seemingly would push you down the opposite path. But that's where choice comes in. That's where free will comes in. The divine can't force you to do this work. You have to choose it. And that's what they're curious to see. Will you make that choice? And there's a lot of people that are. There's a lot of people that have. So, hi, Coney. Okay. I hope I said your name right. I'm sorry if I did butcher that. I'm not always the best at pronouncing things, okay? Even like just random words, you know? So, yeah. We'll see what else. So there's definitely an aspect of healing, a deep level healing going on, right? Exploring one's shadow. Hearing the cries of the dark feminine, hearing the cries of the dark masculine, and not ignoring them. Understand what it's actually trying to communicate, that it's suffering, okay? And that it needs acknowledgement, it needs to be understood, its experiences need to be validated, so that so those parts of self that would normally operate through shame, guilt, or anger no longer have the desire to do so, right? And that's the point. If you see someone seemingly that is struggling with their emotional regulation, especially right now, this process could have something to do with it. Not in all cases, but I do feel like there is going to be an underlying aspect of this, right? Where perhaps they've still been disregarding those things or just feeding it without actually trying to heal it. And then, of course, it surfaces, right? So, yeah, I feel like there's definitely situations playing out currently where the darker aspects of self are being seen. Yeah. And it's not meant to be shunned, okay, provided that you are doing the integration work. It's only the behavior that results from that, i.e., and not doing that, that should be questioned, right? That's kind of what I'm getting. Hopefully that makes sense. If you guys are picking up what I'm putting down, let me know, okay? Because I'm trying to explain it the best I can. So hopefully that makes sense. Ooh. Yes, exactly. Thank you. So we have, okay, let me just put these down. So we have the temple of Lapis Lazuli, which is the goddess of the ancient skies, okay? So that's a stone, okay? That is a crystal. We have abundance of Sothis, stellar blessings of the celestial goddess of abundance. Beautiful. And knot of Isis, energetic stabilization with the buckle of the beloved. So this is exactly going into what we've been talking about. Needing to ground and stabilize the energy because there's a lot of it, okay? Especially as you're going through this very deep, ingrained alchemical, like, metamorphosis, okay? That's the best way I can describe it. The divine is letting you know that you have something. You have, like, a tool, or you have access to an etheric tool that can help you in this process, okay? So if you feel like your energy is being pulled in a lot of different directions all at once, if you feel like it's hard to actually ground your energy right now because there's just a lot going on all at once on so many levels, then the divine is saying, reach out to me and I'll give you access to this tool that will help you ground this energy in, okay? And help you to find your equilibrium as you're going through this huge change, okay? This whole death rebirth, okay? Yeah. Also, for those who have been really focused on this journey, this work, where you may not have felt like, certain blessings that were promised to you hasn't come in yet, I feel like it's not going to be long until you start seeing it, okay? Like, this isn't speaking of something that's just out in the ether waiting to be like manifested. You've already done the manifestation work. You've already done the work to back it up. It's now just, again, maintaining that state of positivity, okay? And just knowing that it's coming, right? That's where the hope comes in. And this is why I tell people, you may not have seen the desired results or what it is you want yet, but that doesn't mean it's not necessarily coming in, especially when you've had clear signs from the divine that it is for you and it's on the way, okay? So, but it's like it's not only that everything surrounding you needs to be ready, you yourself need to be ready. And right now you're going through a massive process. Like, this is not something that is completed overnight. Okay, this is a work in progress. You are a work in progress, but in the best possible way. And I'm not saying that like, no, like in the best possible way. So it takes time, right? And so as you're coming out of this aspect, okay, or should I say, this particular cycle of going through this process, you are going to start receiving some significant blessings here, okay? This can take many different forms. For example, if you've had like issues when it comes to manifesting opportunities, right? Say, for example, you want to change your job. Okay, we'll just get a very basic and easy and obvious example. Say you want to change your job. You're not interested anymore. You don't like it anymore, or you feel like you can't progress beyond where you're at, okay, in this particular role. You may find an opportunity come up in a very unconventional way. It may not be that you apply for a job online and then your CV gets a hit and no. It could be through like a very random chance encounter where you get talking to someone on the train to work, and that person tells you about what they do, and you speak about what you do, and you're like, that makes sense. Like, you realize there's a link right between the two things. And they may be like, hey, like, like, how do you feel about this and this? And you're like, oh, well, it's okay, but I'd like a change. And then maybe like, hey, well, I actually know someone who is in the same field as me or in this industry that's looking to employ new people, like, and they may give you a referral. You may be a bit dubious at first, right? Like, do I want to give this person my details, or can I trust this? But you may be shocked to find out that there's someone who genuinely is looking for, employees or looking to hire, right? They may give you a website, give you like information, and then you find out like, oh yeah, this company is actually hiring, right? So you put yourself forward, you end up having like a face-to-face interview, and they're like, oh yeah, so-and-so actually recommended you, or so-and-so actually personally mentioned you, something like that. So it's not always going to come out in the way you think. It could literally come from a chance encounter. It could be you just randomly throwing caution to the wind and saying, you know what, I want that job, I'm just going to apply for it anyway, or I'm just going to send my information to that person. Or you might not even do anything like that, and it could be that someone else just thinks of you in a moment where that opportunity is available. So just stay open-minded is what I want to say, okay? Just know that things can change in unexpected ways, and it can be for the better. It's not always doom and gloom, right? So that's kind of like the key takeaway from that energy. Like, it can come in so many different forms. It may even be that, say you're thinking about, changing your job. Okay, but why do you want to change your job? Oh, because it doesn't pay enough, okay? So you might find the same job, but in a different company, and the benefits are way better, and you're happy, right? Or it could be like, the job itself you're not happy with. So you find something, but it's in a completely different industry, or it's a completely different path, right, to what you was on previously. So as long as you are flexible in terms of being open-minded with how that comes in, but not flexible on, what you're willing to sacrifice for it, then I think you'll be surprised, okay? So that's awesome. Yeah. And with this energy here, the lapis lazuli, I feel like this is about ancient, it's not even ancient knowledge. I feel like this is like ancient communication. That sounds weird, I know, but it's almost like a foreign language, right? A foreign language, but one that has been lost to the ages. Like, say, from a star system or from an ancient civilization, right? You may be tapping into certain languages, right? Or you were seeing certain symbolism, or you may be hearing certain words, and you're like, why am I seeing this? Or why am I hearing this word? As far as I know, that's not a word, or that's not a word I recognize. But it's because you're tapping into a frequency that is associated with that word. And say in your native language, there is no such word for what that is, okay? That accurately encompasses what it represents, but not just that in terms of its literal and direct meaning, but also in terms of energy and frequency, right? So you may be actually tapping into ancient knowledge through lost language, through lost symbology, through lost meanings, okay? So, wow. But it's like, it's going to become clearer and clearer. It may start small, incrementally. It might start faint. It may not be that you actually hear something, right? It may be you just have it in your head. You just have it there. But it could be something that you end up hearing, or you start seeing certain symbols more and more vividly, especially in the dream state, or when you're meditating, or, you know, when you're praying, okay? You may start seeing things that's aligned to not only these lost energetic symbols, right? Regardless if it's in written, verbal, or, you know, sort of visual form, but also to that are connected to the thing you're even inquiring about, or that you're, you know, trying to connect with, right? So say if you're trying to connect with a specific deity, right? Like an ascended master, or like a profound teacher, right? Or like a deity, or like a angel, for example, right? You may be starting to see things that pertain to the frequency and sort of lost information and symbols and words connected to that specific energy, right? Because you are meant to connect with that energy. So that's kind of what I'm getting for somebody out there, or for a few of you out there. I don't know who that's for, but I feel like that'll make sense to whoever needs that, okay? You'll get what I mean. But I just feel like, you know, as you embrace and lean into this transformation more and more, you're going to connect with some very profound divine beings, okay? And they are actually going to give you tools. Like I said, now I've put the card away. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? The knot of Isis, right? Tools, keys, right? That will connect you with the vibration and the frequency of the thing that you're looking for. And it'll also help you to ground your energy so you're not overwhelmed, okay? So I feel like the divine is willing to offer a lot at this time to people that they know is serious about the work. That's kind of what I'm getting. So yeah, very, very interesting. But I'm glad you guys are, you know, what do I want to say? Not finding interesting. Well, hopefully you're finding it interesting, but I'm glad that it's translating well, put it that way. Because sometimes I'll get a message and I'm trying to find the best way to describe what I'm getting. And even then, sometimes I feel like, you know, words don't always properly like encompass everything that I want to say, but I find the right wording eventually, even if I have to go a bit of a long way around it, you know. And that's just my brain as well, but you know. But yeah. You look amazing, by the way, and thank you for your reads. Oh, thank you, Empress. Welcome. Yes. Hi, Candy Gamer Girl. I've discovered my life path and it's an honor. Yes, absolutely. Ooh, look, Anubis. I didn't even see that. I just picked up this deck and we have Anubis here. So I tell you what, his energy has been coming up a lot. And I mean a lot. Yes, the scales are definitely being balanced. We keep talking about this. How many people have even mentioned this in the comments and readings? How many people have been seeing signs of the scales balancing? And they absolutely are, right? That's why it's so important that you give voice to your experiences, okay? That you don't shun them, you don't silence yourself, that you don't, you know, downplay what you're feeling either, right? Give voice to your feelings, okay? Acknowledge everything you've been feeling, especially when certain things do come back up to the surface, okay? And by doing that, by allowing yourself to feel what you feel, by accepting those feelings as valid, and then being able to get to that point of releasing them, that's when you can reach a state where you know that your heart is no longer weighed down like a rock, okay, in a sack, okay, because that's what we want. At the end of the day, you know, things are going to weigh you down at times. There are going to be situations that, you know, are heavy on the heart. You know, it's not always going to be smooth sailing. It's not always going to be like, oh, you know, because I'm so, you know, high vibrational, nothing phases me. That's bullshit, okay? We're humans. We have feelings, and it's okay to feel. It's okay to have emotional responses to things. It's about how you regulate those emotions, how you respond to situations. So when you feel something, you know, allow yourself to feel it, because if you push it down, then you've got to go through this process on a whole nother cycle again, a whole nother level again, you know, and that's not what we want. So it's best to allow yourself to feel what you feel, and then channel it in a healthy way, use it in a healthy way, so that once you come to that place of acceptance and being able to release it, you know that your heart is light, that you feel light in yourself, that the energy you want can filter through, and you're not being blocked up with repressed emotion, okay? Because that's what it is more than anything. Rather than, you know, physical death and rebirth, this is more about, you know, that process of putting an end to old ways of being, old ways of doing things, okay? Releasing the past and being able to move forward. Yeah, enlightening. See, this is knowledge of self. This is wholeness. This is oneness with the universe, oneness with source, oneness with the divine. Like we saw, wholeness with both energy. Yeah, divine knowledge. Again, going through this death-rebirth process. You know, Nubis representing the end of the former self and the old ways of doing things, and Ra representing the rebirth, the sun god energy, coming back to life, rebirth, celebration, joy, bliss, allowing things to fall away that doesn't serve, so that that which is for you can be brought into fruition. And that's another big important thing, you know, because, you know, often we can get so caught up on something that it's, you know, it's been time to let go of it, okay? Because it can be difficult, especially if it's in the form of people that we've cared about for a long period of time, especially when it's like, you know, very close ties. It can be very difficult, especially if it's like family, for example. But when you come to that acceptance that what's for you is for you, and those who are truly for you will be for you, and you just simply let go, and you have, rather than feeling like you're having to shut doors and lock everything, because again, that's repression, just simply letting go, just releasing and accepting, surrendering, that's when you can allow new energy to come in. That's how you can allow new connections that can become as strong as even like family to enter your life, to bless your life, right? For example, or to even have connections with maybe say like family that you've just not really been, you know, in contact with. They may start to actually blossom, you know. So that's just an example, but that can literally pertain to anything. But that's kind of what I'm getting, you know, just being open-minded enough to accept what needs to be accepted, to allow whatever needs to end, so that the new can begin. And know that some things are not actually meant to come to a final ending, but simply need to go through an adjustment period. And that's also happening as well. So it's not always just about, like I say, permanent endings or final endings. A lot of the time, it's just things need to be altered, changed, adjusted, transmuted, right? And that's what's happening. So, awesome. Thank God, yeah. I'm glad that, you know, this is translating well to you guys. Your explanations are the easiest for me to personally understand and connect with. Oh, that's great. That's literally my aim, okay, Earth Angel. That's my aim, because, you know, I know you guys are intelligent, okay? There's no joke about that. I know you guys are very switched on. So it's not about making sure you understand. It's just well, it is, but not from your intellectual capacity, but more that I'm making sense. That's all I mean by that, okay? Because, you know, like I say, I don't always find the words that I want to use, but I try my best to find them as best as I can. So yeah, but I know you guys are very switched on. You know, I can literally tell by by the, you know, your comments and just the way you're like, yep, it's all good, you know. What's up? I'm new to the stream. Welcome. Nice to see you, Goyson. I don't know how to say your username, but welcome. Thank you for all the hearts, Rosita. Just be a bit careful with that because it does get flagged. If you use like a lot of emojis in like comments and even in the live chat, YouTube does flag it. Okay, so just be a little bit careful with the emojis. But of course, you can use them. It's just if you like use a lot of them, the comments always end up getting flagged. So, okay. Whew, I am warm. I am warm. But I tell you what, I am enjoying doing this live stream. I hope you guys have been enjoying it as well. It's been so good to see you in the chat. Yeah, it's really nice to see you guys here. Sorry, I just had a troll comment. It's actually quite funny, but no. It's a distraction, so we're not doing that. Yeah. Okay, so let's see, what guidance does the ancestors want to give them? We've got some very powerful messages from the divine that's serving as like confirmation. And let's get some messages or confirmations or guidance from the ancestors. I'll give you that stupid teenage videos. It was very funny. But it's distracting. I'm trying to give you guys some like important guidance, you know. But it was funny. I'll give you that. It was. I'd like a reading for my birthday. Yeah, everything you need pertaining to personal readings can be found on my website. Of course, on my website. On my channel, okay? Like if you look on the header, okay, or the About Me section, you'll find all my links there, okay? My website's there. You can book a personal reading via my website, okay? And also, you know, when you're looking, if you're looking at collective readings I post on there, I always have those links in the description as well. I don't have it on here because, yeah, this was a bit impromptu, but I will be formatting it accordingly afterwards, after the fact. Yes. Okay, so guidance from the ancestors. Okay, so yeah, we have Mamblambo, self-sabotage. We ain't doing that no more, that's for sure. Okay, so there is an element of recognition when it comes to that, in the ways in which we had self-sabotaged, right? And those who are still in the energy of doing so, okay? And understanding that whatever beef they may have with you, okay, a lot of the time it isn't actually personal at all, it's projection. And it's just stemming from the fact that they don't feel like they can get out of this way of being. How many times have you heard people say, oh, well, I don't think they're going to change, or I can't change, I'm stuck in my ways, or they're stuck in their ways, or that's how they've always been. But again, these are serving as excuses, okay? I feel like, you know, if you're watching, you already kicked those excuses to the curb, right? Like, that's not a thing for you. It's like, no, I can always change, I can always evolve. You know, if something isn't serving me, if it is self-sabotatory, then I need to look at that, right? And I feel like that's what we've been doing. That's what we've been doing, you know? So, yeah. Because I'm telling you, even myself personally, I'm constantly reflecting, you know? Sometimes I have to, like, chill, okay? Because, you know, I am very internal in that way. You could probably tell, but I am very internal. So I do reflect on a lot, but, you know, sometimes it's a case of self-sabotaging can also be feeling like you need to constantly change things. You need to constantly be doing better, or, you know, like you're trying to meet some kind of unrealistic expectation of yourself. And it's like, no, like I don't need to always be trying to find perfection, you know. It's like it's self-acceptance of the fact that no one's perfect either, right? None of us are perfect, but just being able to embrace who we are as we are now, but also making, like I say, little adjustments, a little, not just adjustments, but little changes that are going to be beneficial. What's that? It's beef. They have to eat. Yeah, exactly. Gerald, don't come here with the bullshit. Okay? That is a very stupid question. Empress. I think he's just jealous because I have bigger muscles than he does. Ugh. Yeah, the amount of, you know what, it's really funny. I've had a lot of readers say like, oh, I've had guys say that I'm a man, or asking me if I'm trans or if I'm a man. Like, even if I was, that is not got anything to do with what I'm discussing. But yeah. What's it got to do with anything? You're just coming here being dumb. Stupid. Exactly. He's only saying that because he wants to undermine the fact that there's a female that has some significant knowledge. Yeah. Insecure as fuck. They hate it. Yeah, definitely. You know, and I've had people say shit like that before on the live stream. Like, oh, are you a man? And it's like, oh, because I have bigger balls than you. And I don't even have balls. You know, it's like that. You know. But yeah, so it's nothing new. You know, you always get these toxic individuals that want to undermine you and your message. So yeah, I'm not here for it. Out the way. Moving on. That was so inappropriate. It was, you know, and a lot of the time, you know, I don't even, like I say, I just ignore comments like that. But, you know, I just wanted to basically, you know, make an example of this one. So, yeah. Oh, look at that. What flicked up? Desire. Yeah. So, that's got nothing to do with me. The fact that we're talking about this and desire came up, that's between, that's your personal business, okay? What swings your, you know, what floats your boat, you know, that's your business. It's got nothing to do with me, okay? So, moving on. Oh, thank you, Spiritual Savage. Thank you, Ke. Is it Ke? QE? Because that makes me think of Ke. Oh, yeah. But obviously, like, the worst sort of Spanish pronouncing accent ever. Because I can't do a Spanish accent at all. I wouldn't even try. It would just be insulting. And I actually lived in Spain for like 1.5 years. And my Spanish is not there. I'll be honest. It's just not. I love the language. I love Spanish accents. I really do. But my like everyone in Spain used to laugh at me, put it that way. But I tried. You have a big gap in your teeth. Yes, I do. I have a big gap, and it's actually got bigger. Oh, look, all the trolls are coming out from these fake accounts. All these trolls from the fake accounts, yeah. I can guess who it is. It's probably the same bunch that are bitter because I've been exposing them. Like, get a grip. I'm out here living my life. I'm out here doing the work. And you guys are going to hide behind fake accounts. Pathetic. Pathetic, yeah. Hiding behind fake accounts because you're pathetic, weak-minded individuals. Instead of focusing on your damn self. Yeah. You see, we had a beautiful conversation going, right? Really nice messages coming through. And what did I say about the distractions? Because that's what they want. They want you to self-sabotage. Yeah. It's not going to happen, baby. That's what you want. It's not going to happen, though. And I'm telling you, people are dumb to be in this energy right now. The way karma is hitting people left, right, and center. You have to be dumb to be on some bullshit right now. Because I'm telling you, there are instant backfires happening left, right, and center. You know, so you really want to be mindful. Bottom feeders at best. Yeah, exactly. So do I. I love the gap in my teeth. It's unique. Absolutely. And it's very specific to, well, it's not specific. Obviously, there's a lot of people that have gaps in their teeth, but it's actually a very desired trait from where one side of my family's from. You know, shout out to the Ghanaian crew. Okay. Yeah. You know, it's actually a very desired trait. So, you know, it just depends on where you're at. Someone else doesn't like it. Someone else does like it. So who gives a fuck what people think? You know? And that's it, you know. I could get like, I mean, yeah, sure, there's certain work I want to get done on my teeth because it needs it, to be honest. But I don't want to completely close my gap. I don't want to do that. That's ridiculous, you know. Just because everyone's being taught that you're supposed to have like the Hollywood smile where it's supposed to be extra white, everything all in a line, like where it looks absolutely fake. No, not happening. And that's it. I'm not going to give up my individuality to look like everyone else. You know, get all of the fillers done, all of the surgeries done, you know, to make myself look like every single body else that's doing the same thing. No, thank you. I like looking how I look. I like being who I am. Quirks and all, flaws and all. So, yeah, shine your light. That's it, you know. No one can dim it at this point. I'm telling you, I've worked too fucking hard. Like, I've worked too hard to get to this point. So, and let me tell you, trolls don't even faze me now. There was a time where it used to upset me. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It did. Because I didn't understand it. I'm like, I'm trying to help people. Why would anyone want to attack me for just trying to help people? But now I understand, oh, it's not because of that. It's just because these people are really not doing well themselves. No one who's doing well in their life spends time doing things like that. You understand? You have to be in a pretty low place, feeling lowly within yourself to be in that energy. So I realize it's got nothing to do with me. Again, this is a very good example of what we've been talking about. Like, I'll call you out on your bullshit, but I understand it's got nothing to do with me. It's just where these people are at. So, you know. But anyway, we've given it way too much attention. But it's just a good talking point. Like I said, I use it as an example because it was a good one for what we've been talking about. That it's got nothing to do with me. Yeah, they want to use things they think is going to upset me, but it's got nothing to do with me. These are people that are miserable, okay? They've got nothing going on, so they're just trying to bring someone else down, you know? And they're not as discreet as they think they are, you know? They're really not. It's a beautiful accent to your smile. Oh, thank you. Models actually get part of their teeth shaved off just to achieve the look that you have naturally. Okay. Yeah. No, you don't. You're amazing inside and out. Oh, thank you. See, this is what I mean, you know. You guys are awesome. Because you get it, you know. You are people who are just like embracing who you are as well. And I can tell because that's why you can say things like this. Because you are on that vibe, you know. You're not trying to look like everyone else. You're not trying to be like everyone else. You're just doing you. You're just being you, you know. And like I said, this was a perfect example. I'm just here doing what I do. And we're having a great conversation. And then people are coming in trying to attack me. You know, just here existing, you know, minding my own business. So what can I say? You know, it's like they do the work for me half the time. I just go, this is what I'm talking about. Don't do this, okay? You should wear a hood sometimes. You're funny. That's cute, but thank you. They're troll because they have no life themselves. Well, this is it. I would have been much meaner. Yeah, but what do I gain from that, you know? I'm having a good time with you guys. I don't care about, you know, bashing their ego that much. I think they're already crawled under a rock anyway, so, you know. They don't like being called out, you know. They're expecting you to be like, you're so mean to me, oh my God. Rather than being like, I see through you. I don't even see you. You got a fake account, but I can see through you. I see your energy, you know? Yeah. And I'm telling you, these people think they're so like incognito, They ain't, right? They really ain't. So I'm not going to waste my time on it. I will call it out and then we move forward. It's that simple. Yeah, exactly. You got to protect your energy because that's what they want. Remember, if you saw my post about parasites on the community board, that's exactly what it is. They want your energy any way they can get it. And especially when you're showing your face on the screen, they feel like, oh, I can connect with that energy. And if I say these things, it will affect her enough and I can steal that energy. No, you can't. No, you can't, because I see right through you and your intentions, you know? And like I say, now is not the time to play with people, okay? Especially not me. Oh, man. But yeah. Thank you, ancestors. What did we get? Queen Nefertiti, alchemy. What did we talk about? It's talking all about the alchemical process. And we have the queen herself stepping into the building. Thank you. Okay. She's like, we know ourselves. We know what energy we give. We know what we bring to the table. Yes. This isn't just my energy collective. This is speaking on us, okay? We bring a lot to the table. Like, why are we going to waste our time with foolish behavior? No. Numbers 24, 8, and 38 could be significant at this time, okay? Okay, there's something that's been withheld. If it's a troll, then we don't care, okay? But yeah. And like I say, you know, when you speak the truth, when you reveal things people don't like you talking about, you're going to get targeted. Wow. At this point, nothing phases me at all. When you've been through the ringer, when you've like literally seen the really fucked up side of life, like it doesn't faze you anymore. You know, whatever anyone says. So, bam, 24th is my birthday. Ooh, check you out. There you go. So keep your vibe high, okay? Yes, because I'm telling you, this is your time. This is your time to shine, okay? What you want is coming into fruition with desire being here, right? Yes, that's what literally the ancestors are saying. Like what you're seeking is seeking you out. So keep your vibes high, know who you are, and don't let anyone tell you anything. You know yourself, okay? Your energy speaks for itself. Look at you in all your glory, okay? This is for all of you guys watching. Look at you. Even if you're a masculine, you still have feminine energy, right? And so it's just about embracing and leaning into the beautiful traits that you have. You know, yes, it's good to be aware of the things that can hold you back and stop you being in, you know, your true happiness, right? And finding joy, regardless of what's going on. But not being so bogged down about what's ending, what's changing, what you need to adjust, what you need to improve, what's, you know, needs to be altered. It's also about leaning into what is working, what does make you happy, what is good about you, what is flourishing, you know? So everything in balance, right? I tell you what, this arrow motif has been coming up a lot for me recently, right? This arrow, there's something about the arrow that's very significant. It's been coming up a lot. It's like you're on point, you're on target, right? You're exactly where you need to be. I feel like that's what the divine's been wanting to like reiterate in various different ways for various people in the collective. Like you're on point, you're on target, you're in the right place, your intuition is on point, right? So just keep going. That's like the main thing. Just keep going and trust all is well. Yeah, look, manifestation. Yes, manifestation. A cornucopia of blessings, right? Changes, positive changes. I'm telling you. So yeah, oh, this is awesome. I mean, it's been great fun talking to you guys as well, as I said. I'm sorry it got a little bit hectic, a bit chaotic. Again, it's just, you know, very relevant to what's going on out in the universe. And yeah, it's interesting how you saw how these like, you know, commenters all came up at the same time and disappeared at the same time. Yeah, it's no coincidence. I'm telling you, I know. And they didn't like the fact that they got called out just like that, you know. Yeah. Not so slick, not so brave, eh? But Anyway, regardless. Oh yeah, someone asked earlier if I was Australian. Sorry, I forgot about that. I was gonna get to that comment, but no, I'm not Australian. I've been asked that like many times in my life. Are you Australian? No, I am British, okay? I was born in the UK. I was born in London. So no, I'm not Australian. I did spend 9 months in New Zealand though. I was traveling quite a lot, you know, earlier in life. So, you know, going on my little ventures, visiting different places. So yeah, I did spend some time in New Zealand, and I did pick up a bit of a twang there, but no, I'm not Australian. So yeah. Okay, so there's some scammy stuff coming up here now, but it's a good time to end the reading because I'm basically done. So I hope you guys are doing well despite any chaotic energy that may be flaring up. Like I said, you have the tools available to you, okay? You have certain guides wanting to work with you at this time, okay? There's certain ancestors I feel like that's definitely giving you a nudge, right? Saying, come on, you've got this, keep going, right? So honestly, it's looking really good, okay? The main thing is keep your self-talk very, very positive. And like I say, even those parts of yourself that you're healing, do it from a very loving space, okay? And know that you are loved, okay? You are greatly loved. You are greatly appreciated. And even me, okay? Yes, I am a picture on the box, right? But I appreciate you, you know? All the kind comments, the support, it means a great deal to me. So you are definitely appreciated. You know, even just from that corner, okay? But I can tell you, you know, like you are loved, you are appreciated. You're doing great things, okay? You really are. You're on the right path. So, you know, whatever comes up, just know you've got it, okay? You've got this, okay? And I'm rooting for you. I'm in your corner, okay? So, yeah, awesome. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. Like I said, despite the nonsense that came up, I really enjoyed doing this live. It was a great test for me as well with this microphone and this kind of setup. So yeah, I'm glad that we did it, and this will probably be the kind of setup that I have for the zodiac reads as well, because I tend to do those live and show myself. Like I said, I only didn't do that with the last lot with February's reads because, you know, I had the issues with the storms and the Wi-Fi and, you know, that sort of thing. But yeah, so hopefully, fingers crossed, all will be well, and we'll get those done live as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to do them in 2 parts yet or 3 parts, but we'll see. It will depend on, you know, my energy levels as well, because some readings, I'm telling you, like, it takes a lot of energy out of me, so it really depends on what I got going on at the time. But either way, you will have the zodiac readings probably next week, okay? It's more likely that I'll do them early next week and do them like maybe 2 or 3 days in a row, depending on how I'm going to split them, okay? But as always, the collective readings will be going up, so we've got one premiering tonight. There'll be more, you know, over the next few days as normal. Of course, on Sundays, it's Sundays that I do it now, that I upload a Patreon specific reading, a Patreon exclusive reading, so it's like bonus readings, okay, for Patreon members. So if you're curious, if you like my reads and you want to get, you know, extra messages, inside scoops, if you want, you know, access to messages that you can't find anywhere else, then I highly recommend joining the first tier on Patreon, okay? It's only $4.44 a month, and you can cancel it anytime as well, so you're not locked in indefinitely, okay? So definitely check that out if that's something you're interested in and you want to support the work. Otherwise, again, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this live, hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're already a part of the channel, part of the collective, the tribe, and yeah, I look forward to doing more lives. I mean, it will definitely be something of a regular occurrence again, you know, provided all is well with the tech and stuff. But yeah, so we'll definitely be doing more of those moving forward. But for now, take care of yourselves. Have a good day, evening, depending on what time you're in, time zone you're in. And yeah, I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye.